Sanjay, what is happening at Adani Capital? Why is Bain now stepping in?
So Adani Capital is largely owned by Adani family, which is led by billionaire Gautam Adani. So he is planning to exit from non-core operations post Hindenburg implication, rather one must say like that. And so he doesn't want to put additional money into that. And Bain Capital has stepped into the scene, and they have agreed to buy 90% of stake in Adani Housing and Adani Capital. But 10% stake will be retained by the CEO Gaurav Gupta. And what we are picking up is like there will be a $120 million primary capital infusion from Bain Capital, and they will also be giving $50 million liquidity line via NCD. So that will keep Adani Capital going running, and this will be a new exposure for Bain Capital. And there were several contenders for this stake. Finally, Bain Capital emerged as the front runner, and they have already agreed signed a definitive agreement to buy 90% stake. And with this, Adani family is totally exiting from Adani Capital.
Sanjay, looking at, moving, I suppose, from Adani to Ambani, and we look at Reliance, came out with its numbers on an EBITDA basis and other measures here as well. We saw lower profitability. So, you know, we've got core businesses here facing trouble, but, you know, are they likely to perhaps turn things around? What will save the day here?
So, you know, to be very honest, to be sure, analysts are not very worried about this performance. But to quote the CFO of Reliance Industries Limited, who had spoken on an investor call, is that this is once in a generation dislocation of energy markets, which drove the profit margin to a historical level. Okay, in other words, product cracks, which is like profit margin between refined oil and crude oil, has contracted sharply by 60 to 70%. This is like once in a lifetime kind of thing, which have affected the core operations. And it also, the finance cost and depreciation was also added to this. But let me tell you, the non-core business operation, which is consumer-facing operation like Reliance Jio Infocom and Reliance Retail, have offset the downfall of this poor performance, or muted performance by the core operations, which is O2C segment.